Hi guys, welcome back to Godzillathon. So finally, it's been a few days actually. I was pretty quick. So I decided, like I said, I'm doing three reviews this week because Monday I'm gonna be gone for. From Monday I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks to Europe. Like I said, it's gonna be fun usually, and I decided to two more this week, this one and the next one, which the next one's going to be on Sunday. Hopefully I'll post it like between Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. Hopefully I will do that. So also just so you know, the last thing I posted on YouTube, yes, I was freaking out. I was crapping my pants. I saw the new logo, the teaser trailer with Millie Bobby Brown in it. It is fucking fantastic. I love it so much. It's amazing. I'm so happy that they posted that. And I decided to post it on YouTube because why not? Why not, people? So, yeah, it was pretty fucking fantastic. I was freaking out so much. And yeah, I can't wait for the trailer coming out tomorrow. It's gonna be awesome. So, we are now on episode 12 of Godzillathon, and that movie is Godzilla vs. Gigan. Honestly, originally to be part of my top 10 least favorite Godzilla movies, it's always going to be on number 10 for a bunch of reasons. One, compared to every other Godzilla movies that I despise and stuff like that, the other 9 Godzilla movies, honestly, this one is the least worst because it's a lot more interesting to me. It's really interesting, and which which sometimes I keep switching around this movie with Destroy All Monsters a bunch of times to be my number 10 of the least favorite Godzilla movies, honestly. But I don't think both of them could be anymore because now the number 10 of my least favorite Godzilla movies right now is gonna be the anime sequel. Yep, the sequel to Planet of the Monsters. The sequel, actually. Because I wish I could explain, but that contains spoilers, alright? So, this movie, I should have mentioned this in, I'm sure I did, or maybe not, with Godzilla vs. Ghidorah from that movie all the way to the end of the Showa is what we call it, the Dark Ages of Godzilla films. And, the and not to mention this movie, along with the next one, I never use Ghidorah's film, honestly, to be my double feature customized DVD. My DVD cover customized for a double feature, which I call it the Dark Ages of Godzilla double feature. This one and the next one coming out. Um, and yeah, it's pretty cool. This movie, I know lots of not there. This is split it up between a few fans love it, but most fans dislike this movie so much. And yes, I can understand why. And for some reason, this movie's so good. This is where we introduced it introduced us to Gigan, and it's pretty cool. So, well, we'll talk about that later. Well, let's begin actually. Actually, before I start talking about the movie, the original title that was released in the US was actually called Godzilla on Monster Island, even though the movie itself takes place a few seconds on Monster Island. And like James Rolfe said, it's like calling Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom Indiana Jones in Shanghai, even though that's being generous. Yeah. So then we open up to this awesome intro, and it looks pretty cool, but recycled with the main song where Godzilla enters in is where it's from Mothra vs. Godzilla, his theme song, but then when Godzilla blasts his atomic breath, the song changes into something new. Then we open up to a comic book artist stuff, like all those comic designs for like people running away from monsters. we actually meet the characters. I believe the one of them is Hiroshi. He no Gengo Kotaka, played by Hiroshi Ishikawa. That's the actor's name. He's I'm sure it's him that asks like, "What'd you think of the project of like this comic with monsters?" And then this guy goes, "Well, I think it stinks." Then we meet this female character, Tomoko Tomi, played by Yoriki, Yuriko Ishimi. And oh my god, that that actress, Jesus! I hope you guys looked up on her because Jesus Christ, those fucking boobs. Wow. Jesus, she's so hot. So fucking hot. Wow. I can't stop. I can't stop looking up on her on the internet. She is fucking hot. Okay, let me get off that side schedule. Anyways, so these people were talking about this like they want to create the children's theme park known as Monsters, the Monsters theme, as which you know what we're talking about. And Jesus, that I mean, I'm sure Goji Fan 93 was like thinking like he when he was a kid, he wished he would have gone there because he thought this was real. And I wish that actually I wish that was real because if it was, I would want to go there. The monster theme, especially the main tower, which which is a resemblance to Godzilla, which we'll get to that later, which is something like these alien people right there work at. I don't know. We'll get to those later. Like it's some type of the like so-called the Hunt Nebula M aliens. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So after that shit going on, there was like some kind of radio tape signals, I guess. Like you could hear like wow, wow, and Godzilla and Anguirus can actually hear it. Yes, they brought Anguirus in there. And it's so weird. Like someone is actually playing the recording set. Like it's coming out of nowhere. It's who's scratching that shit? And then we hear this.
Something funny going on. You better check. Oh, yeah. Hurry up.
Jesus, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, not the fact that. I mean, here's the thing. Since okay, I get it. Minya talked in Godzilla's Revenge. Let's be honest here, but that was only a dream right there. For actual time, like 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 real life, right there. Since when did Godzilla ever talk in a cinematic film? Okay, maybe he can in cartoons or made up shit or normal people voice them or like Monster Island buddies. Let's be honest here. But this, I mean, it's like what's going on? Hey, Anguirus, what do you want? Something's funny going on. You better check. Okay, hurry up. I mean, it's so weird. It's kind of funny actually. Like, yes, it is kind of awful, but I do find that funny. Yeah. Well, anyways, well, actually, I wish I knew who was behind all this. Like, who thinks about that? So, anyways, Anguirus actually came by to Japan, like from the ocean, but then the military starts shooting him. What the fuck? What is this? Godzilla raids again? He's already a good guy. Jesus, and they're getting along, and they're good guys. Oh my god. Damn, damn Tokyo armies, you nasty. So then all that bullshit going on. They well, oh my god. So anyways, the main characters, which already entered the place. They actually entered like captured by these people from the Nebula M to ask like what's going on and stuff like that, whatever. And then when Godzilla and Anguirus are about to leave, we head out from Earth and somewhere around space, and then there's two little dots that I really don't remember, and then they transform into emeralds, which is pretty cool. But actually, they're not emeralds or diamonds or some shit like that. The red one was actually King Ghidorah. Oh, look, he's back. Very cool. But the second one is the monster we introduced to Gigan. It's like, thank God, finally something's happening. Ghidorah's flight looks really, really off limit. It's like he's stiff plastic or something like that. Who knows? It's kind of weird how Ghidorah's flying. And then so the military at the or whatever we're checking out like, whoa, what's going on? Like what are these two things flying down? And then the general goes, when he hears the roars, he says one of them is Ghidorah, and the other he says this one's new. Yep, it's a new monster. Gigan, come on, it's Gigan. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you're thinking like, why is Ghidorah here? He's dead or something like that. Didn't we happen to destroy almost? Okay, think about it. Yes, he's already dead in Destroy All Monsters. But that movie takes place in the future, while we can assume Godzilla vs. Gigan is back inside the present time, before Ghidorah was killed. Thinking of, we could actually bring back Godzilla's greatest enemy of all times. Yeah. So then, so these Kaijus actually came by to Disneyland. Oh, shit. Disneyland. Monster theme. Oh my god. And that's what we introduced. That's what the guy says. Oh, this is a guy again. Actually, one thing I did not mention. When they turn off the lights, the characters were freaking out that the aliens from the Nebula M, their shadows, you could see that it's a resemblance of a cockroach. Okay. That's disgusting. So when Ghidorah and Gigan actually reach to Tokyo and some shit like that going on, there's like Gigan's new stuff that's attacking the place and stuff like that. And Ghidorah, you might be wondering, why is the light toned down and Ghidorah's attacking during the daytime? Well, this is recycled footage, which is why people why fans didn't like this movie, because it had so many recycled footages from other films, such as Invasion of the Astro Monster, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, and Destroy All Monsters. I mean, yeah, I can understand why, but this is really off limit. I mean, Gigan's attackings, it's so new. Think about it. Just look at Gigan. He's a badass. The buzzsaw attacking was amazing. Those claws, or hooks, whatever you call that shit. But then, of course, the military came by to blast Gigan to oblivious, and no way they can't do that, because Gigan just killed them. When are these people gonna ever learn that planes can't kill giant monsters? It never worked before, so why would it work now? I'm sorry, that's James Roloff's line. I'm so sorry. Then, of course, which I'm sure I must accidentally skip that, Godzilla and Anguirus start swimming to the place. Yes, you can hear them talking again, and this one, I have no idea what they actually said, really, because this is weird as fuck. It's weird as fuck. I can't even understand what the hell they're saying. And then, of course, I'm sure the people already got out or some shit like that. I don't know. Fucking forget it. So then I'm sure the people already got out there in that time, or maybe after that shit. And what else I could say about it? Yes. Godzilla and Anguirus confront both Ghidorah and Gigan, which one of the best things I could ever say about this part is that Godzilla always goes to Ghidorah first, because Godzilla is always trying to be rid of his arch nemesis. Yeah, he's always trying to go to his arch nemesis, King Ghidorah, and Anguirus had to kick Gigan's ass by himself. Which really, this is kind of awkward. Actually, what's really stupid is which I forgot to mention actually before that. It has so much explosions compared to Michael Bay's bullshit. This is very interesting, actually. Not as humongously explosions like you see in episode 15, which I'm gonna review soon. So the monsters start fighting. There's a few stock footages. You don't have to remind me about the Mothra recycling. The Mothra footage accidentally was there. You don't have to remind me about that. I get it. I mean, think about it. There are a few things I couldn't understand about this. Like, think about it. The lights were darker, and the Godzilla design was a lot different this time. Doesn't matter about that. It's shameless stock footage. I get it. All right. Actually, there's one thing I can actually tell what's different. Anguirus runs into Gigan. Oh, okay. He starts bleeding on the screen. Very nice. That's very nice. Gigan's buzzsaw cuts one of Anguirus's face, on his face or something. Jesus Christ. Or better yet, Gigan starts flying onto Godzilla, and his buzzsaw cuts right on Godzilla's shoulder, and Godzilla starts to bleed. Well, would you look at that? This is the first time we ever got this clue. Godzilla bleeds. It's about damn time. Godzilla bleeds. This is the first. Gigan's the first monster that ever makes Godzilla bleed. Like, the first monster. That is wonderful. Just great. Gigan really comes to the top 3 greatest enemies of Godzilla. I would definitely say 3rd place. Who knows? We'll see about that. Then, of course, I mentioned the humans escaped, and actually before that, Godzilla was trying to go to his the tower counterpart, and some weird reason the tower starts attacking, blasting a laser from its mouth, from the teeth right there, and of course Godzilla gets his ass kicked right there. But okay, moving on. So the humans, actually, the ones I told you that escaped, they used so much TNTs, and they tricked the cockroaches, blah 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 blah. And then when they try to shoot, boom, explosion! It was TNT. Way to go, you dipshits. So yeah, that's how you go for it. And then they start to melt down and turn into their true forms. Very nice. The tower exploded, really, and that's when these monsters lost control already. Gigan, when Godzilla is really injured and defeated, he can't see anything. Anguirus has a cramp or whatever. Gigan walks up to Godzilla, try to cut on Godzilla's forehead, and then kicks Godzilla, make him fly onto the tower of his counterpart, and Godzilla gets got his ass backed up. Hooray for mediocrity! Godzilla is actually happy about that. Actually, you can actually see that the pieces are falling up Godzilla's arms. You could tell about that, right? I could deal about that. But it would have been too much trouble to keep the famous Godzilla roar from fucking up, because you can actually hear that someone's scratching the record right there when Godzilla's talking to Anguirus. Damn it! So both of them are gonna fight Ghidorah and Gigan again. This time, Anguirus actually had his spike back to hit the monsters. Really, right? You get that right. And then, of course, Godzilla and Gigan fight, which is some kind of a weird hump fight. It's kind of funny. Gigan was about to leave Ghidorah, but Godzilla blasts his atomic breath, and Gigan fell to the ground again. Good job right there. Jesus Christ. So, what can I say about that? Ah, yes. So then Godzilla asks Anguirus, when Godzilla's holding 3 heads of Ghidorah, um, Godzilla's like, come get some, and Anguirus uses his back spike to hit him, and that was 3 times, but same recycled footage. Then Godzilla did a throw back down on him to the ground 3 times, and it goes slower, slower, and slower. Very nice there. Of course, Godzilla stomped Ghidorah's head, recycled from Destroy All Monsters, and Ghidorah leaves instead. That's different right there. And then Gigan followed Ghidorah, and that's basically these two actually winning. Looks like Godzilla and Anguirus won. So, and then the humans actually goes, goodbye, goodbye, and stuff like that. And of course you hear the Godzilla March theme at the end of the film, which I actually love. I actually love this music. So, yeah, it's pretty good. That's the end of the movie. So, what do I think of the movie? Honestly, I actually liked the movie. It was pretty okay. Like I said, with the Godzilla vs. Ghidorah bullshit, it is pretty underrated. I mean, it's not a bad movie. I mean, I don't hate it that much as some other fans do. I mean, it's kind of lack and bad to use recycled footages from previous Godzilla films. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty lazy idea. The characters are great. I love the characters, they're fine. I don't need to explain the names because I keep forgetting sometimes. But they're great. The alien cockroaches are gross. The main female lead, oh my gosh, she's so fucking hot. Just look at her. It's not just like as a character in the film. It's her as a normal actress. Look at those images. I'm not gonna post them at all because there's kids everywhere. She is so fucking hot. Yeah, it's so awesome. Music by what's his name again? Let me see here. Music by let's see. I mean, there are a few Akira Kubai music. That's what I could tell. But then there's Kunio Miyauchi. I mean, and Sumu Ishikawa. I'm sure that was familiar right there. They were great, and the movie's actually directed by Jun Fukada. I mean, that's not a bad director. I mean, he directed a few other Godzilla movies. The ones I believe they're really good. The last two, which I'm going to review next month. And they're great. So let's talk about the monsters. Oh god, I'm so excited for this one. I'll start out with Anguirus first. Anguirus, I mean, I'm so happy that I actually got Anguirus to be Godzilla's best buddy or sidekick, like the Batman or Robin. But, I mean, there's not even too much problem, but except the fact that this guy gets buzzsaw, and for some reason, he had his face cut. He just got a cut in his face, whatever, and starts to bleed. It's kind of gross. What else? There's something I didn't even mention. Nothing much. Well, actually, having him as a sidekick is a very cool idea for this film. But for like a Batman or Robin style, unless King Ghidorah is the Joker to the Godzilla franchise, Godzilla doesn't really need a sidekick, but rather have a partner or something, because it just feels messed up, especially Robin, because the 60s Robin just kind of bugged me with his stupid lines. The comics Robin, between whatever names, like Damian Wayne, for example, that's actually his son. They were alright. It's cool about that. It's hard to explain. I mean, there's something I love about Anguirus. This is probably the best design ever, as I mentioned before. This is the best Anguirus design ever. I love this version as much as I hate the goofy one from raids again. I hate that one. Let's move on to Gigan. Oh, shit, man. Shit. Now that's a badass monster. I mean, yes, it kind of looks like a robot chicken to me. And nope. No. Don't give me that stupid TV show reference. Because, seriously, this is not like a TV show. This is actually a kaiju Gigan. This version of a robot chicken came out first before the TV show of Robot Chicken. But anyways, I love this Gigan, or somewhat like love Gigan. I actually love Gigan. Not this design. I don't know about that. I mean, I like Final Wars more because that is more stylish. Gigan is such a badass monster. He is amazing. The visionary eye, like whatever, and metal hooks for hands with a buzzsaw. I mean, it's so cool, and which makes a little bit odd to came up with ideas of or make theories about Gigan's backstory, which a lot of people were discussing about Gigan's backstory. I'll actually show that image in the description below what Gigan actually looked like before he became this or the Final Wars version, because the way he looked was so like skin toned, and it's so horrible that Gigan's been operated. It's such a horrible backstory Gigan's ever had, and it's so gruesome actually. Going on to King Ghidorah. So King Ghidorah, this is probably his last movie in the Showa series, or not really the last thing that they used for King Ghidorah in for the Showa era, because there was a TV show called, which actually I'll get to that in a moment. Fuck it, I'll just explain. There was a show called Zone Fighter. That's where King Ghidorah is actually going to be after this one, before Destroy All Monsters. But King Ghidorah is so I'm so glad they brought King Ghidorah back. Actually, my favorite part was that Godzilla runs up to King Ghidorah, and for some reason, he runs up to him because, remember, Godzilla's arch nemesis is King Ghidorah. Who else would it be? It's so awesome that Toho would ever do that. Godzilla himself, finally, we're going on to God. This is so sad that this is the last movie to feature this version of Godzilla, this design actually. And you want it's even more sadder? I hope you guys are going to be depressed already because of this. The man in the Godzilla rubber suit. Hang on. I mean, that's not. You guys really need to. I'm sure this is breaking everyone's hearts, because. Yep, I'm gonna cry right now. Oh my god. The man in the Godzilla rubber suit, Haru, I can't say his name right. Nakahima, I can't say his name right. You should know who he is, the man in the Godzilla suit. This is his last movie for being Godzilla in the rubber suit. It is the saddest thing I've ever seen, and even worse, last year or months ago he died, and that moment breaks all of our hearts. That this is the actor who we know as to play Godzilla, the original Godzilla. It breaks all of our hearts that the man in the Godzilla rubber suit, the original, had died. It just breaks our hearts, really. But going to the film-wise, this is probably the last Godzilla movie to use this design, because this Godzilla was actually falling apart. It was used too much in every films. I understand why, because Godzilla looks like a threat. He looks pretty mean in that film. but we could tell that it was falling apart, like the arms, and imagine if the head falls apart. That would have been a lot worse. Like, worse shots. Oh well. So anyways, that's all I could tell you about this film. It's so just not feel like a kid idea, especially, one of the characters says, hang on, like, I'm hard, bitch, or something like that. Like one of the aliens says, I'm hard, bitch, or some, like, yeah, it was a hard bitch. Yeah, that's why I could remember on the top of my head. It doesn't feel like a kid's movie, honestly. So, but when I introduce this to people who are not Godzilla fans, it's up to you. It's up to you guys. I mean, you could even show it to kids who like horror films or anything like that. But honestly, I'm gonna give this movie a 5.5 out of 10 because it's not terrible, it's not bad, it's just not perfect. So that's all I could tell you about this. I mean, next up, we're gonna move on to the next one, which, oh boy, Punch, Punch, Punch! One last thing before I end this review. So tomorrow, I hope you all feel excited about this because Godzilla 2's first trailer at Comic-Con comes out tomorrow. I hope it's going to be good. And to those G fans who are going to be there, please someone please record it for us so we could probably see the leaked videos in case Legendary or Warner Brothers takes it down, so we could download it fast. Please do that for us, folks. So hopefully Godzilla 2 would be great, and I hope you have a good time, G fans. I hope you understand. I hope you guys, please, to those who are there, please give us the leaked, alright? The actual official trailers at the Comic-Con in case Warner Brothers would take it down. So, thank you guys for watching, and as always, good luck out there. Stay big, G fans. In the words of Gregory 93, thank you.
行くぞどこでも正義のためだ広い海原荒波蹴って目指すは悪い怪獣だでっかい体にでっかい声今日も戦う僕らのゴジラ頑張れ頑張れ僕らのゴジラ頑張れ頑張れ僕らのゴジラ行くぞどこでも仲間のためだ広い荒野に砂塵を上げて目指すは悪い怪獣だでっかい口から放射能いつも戦う僕らのゴジラ頑張れ頑張れ僕らのゴジラ頑張れ頑張れ僕らのゴジラ行くぞどこでも 平和のためだ広い世界を駆け巡り目指すは悪い怪獣だでっかい体に可愛い目玉明日も戦う僕らのゴジラ